When Magoo Flew, his first Academy Award film. Magoo's personality was very complex. He was a nearsighted old man, but it was much more than that. He believed in everything that he imagined. In this case, he sees a dog and he thinks it's a wild beast, and he tries to fend it off, and as he walks off, he makes some ad-lib comments, which Jim Backus was very famous for. He's looking for a theater to go to the movies, and he's standing in front of the theater and looking around. He can't find it and sees something across the street that looks like a theater, and for him, that was a theater.
Wonder what's playing tonight. 3D.
He sees some glasses on a poster and he thinks it's a 3D movie, and goes and talks to himself in a mirror as he buys a ticket, thinks he's going to the movie. And here he's in line with a band, and the band is a spoof on Spike Jones. It's called Spook Jones. Spike Jones was a very famous band in those days, and we had an editor who was a member of the Spike Jones band, and that band used to come and play in the courtyard at UPA from time to time. Here Magoo is in an airplane, thinks he's in a movie theater.
There. Well, neighbor, we seem to be in plenty of time. The house lights are still on.
The plane gets ready to take off, and he thinks the movie is Fasten Your Seatbelts, a flying movie.
Fasten seat belts. Interesting title. Funny thing, great run of airplane pictures lately.
Here's one of the famous gags. I never fly because my arms get tired. That's probably one of the best gags in the movie.
It's very little, too. Wow! Ooh, this 3D is extraordinary.
He thinks his 3D is so great because he can actually feel the plane taking off.
Oh! I have the picture.
And now here you begin to see some of the limited animation that evolved.
Wow.
Here's the police officer and the stewardess. If you watch it, it's just the mouth and the eyes that move mostly. Occasionally a head will move, but it's very limited and very inexpensive animation. You can even see it on Magoo. His head moves, everything else is held stationary. The guy he's sitting next to is very limited animation.
Yes, ma'am.
Glasses?
Yes, ma'am.
Briefcase?
Yes, ma'am. Seen him?
No, ma'am.
Thanks, ma'am. I'll find him, because I'm a cop.
Oh, this realism. I feel he might reach out and grab me.
If you look carefully, you can see how limited it was. Occasionally, you'd go into full animation just for accents.
I hate to miss any of the picture, but there might be something important in it.
Now use the nearsightedness gag. He thinks he's at an elevator to the lobby, and his cane flips the door open,
Lobby, please.
and he steps out into space, ends up on the wing of the airplane.
Stop, boy.
Of course, he's in his own world. He's in his own reality here.
It's a big place.
It's kind of a stretch in this particular one.
Christmas decorations up already. Well, that's smart of them.
There he is, walking on the outside of the airplane,
Confounded air conditioning.
totally believing he's in the lobby of a theater.
Blowing a gale.
The air conditioning is up too high. Then he walks out on the wing and trips over one of the controls
Confounded.
and almost falls off the end of the wing. Has no clue that he's in any danger at all. Thinks it's a loose board and nails it down. Makes some comment that Jim Backus was great at doing.
I'll try the smoking lounge.
Here was a play on television.
Oh, no, not television.
They seemed to do that in those days. He would always make some comment about television.
Smoking lounge.
He goes to the back of the boat and he pulls the rudder on the airplane. He thinks he's going into the smoking lounge.
Here we are. I say, anybody in there?
Goes into a cloud, and this is the cheapest animation in the whole film. The airplane goes round and round in circles.
Seem to be going in circles.
He's on the back of the airplane now, looking at the surroundings, which are huge. He thinks he's in front of a huge screen.
Screen.
He marvels at the size of the screen. and the size of the theater. Then he decides, well, I got to get this briefcase to Lost and Found. So here he is on top of the airplane walking toward the front. And here's where the two realities come together.
There's something wrong with the controls.
In front of the captain now, and he's talking, and then he turns and walks, and if he kept walking, he'd fall right off the nose. Well, the captain pulls the door open, and he walks on the ramp and right back into the airplane. Two realities meshed, and he was saved again, which is always the way it happens with Magoo films.
No, never. I wouldn't know the briefcase if I saw it.
Ah, there you are.
But he has no clue that he was in any danger at all. He's just completely oblivious to it.
Now, the picture.
He goes on to watch the rest of the movie here. Now here's something the UPA did a lot with a group. He'd have one cell and a lot of little legs moving. Then they would go back into full animation where they thought it was appropriate and important. This last scene in the picture right here is where he turns and talks to the stewardess, and that's full animation. No held scenes at all, no held drawings at all. And that's the end of the film.